go, baby. Hmm. This hand is acceptable. I'd be pretty pissed too. What are you gonna do? I'll do the same thing you do, I guess. We still got a pretty fantastic deal, but I ain't happy about that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I wish there was something we could do, but I can't think of anything. Oh, sweet child of rhyme. We still got a fantastic deal, though. And if I ever find a spec that good again, I guarantee I'm ordering more than just 40 some. I don't think it's prudent to. I don't think it's good to cast a Hazard here because he has to answer the board. And if I cast a Hazard, I don't even have the option to do that. So he could just like counterspell this untapped Swelder and I'd be in bad shape. If he doesn't have a Swelder, we're just going to win anyway, so. And observe exactly what I told Ricky happens. I have to cast a Swelder and then they die. I apologize, you can hear me chew. So tonight at Friday Night Magic, I was bringing this in versus the control match versus Rob. I didn't bring this stuff in versus my other Gear Hulk opponent. And on the hindsight, I'm not actually sure I should be bringing this stuff in. I think the cartouches are pretty bad. I think the shocks are definitely bad. The trials may not be good enough. Alright. If I do this, I don't have many ways to trade up and kill a Finganice, though, which is kind of disappointing. And you know he's playing Finganice because Jabber played Finganice. There's about no chance that they're not doing what Jabber did. Yeah, we'll try it. That wasn't something I wanted to see. Hmm. If I tapped my mana, he would have blocked anyway. So this actually gives me the exact same amount of damage. Except I guess I could have attacked with this, but I didn't know if I want to play that. I guess I will, though. So I missed a point of damage. And I get to get wrecked by Swelter now. Him playing the Effer Hub on 2 is the main reason I made this play. Okay. Untapped land would be fantastic. Sure. Oh crap, that's double red. Okay. Hmm. Is that 11 and you just used a harness lightning? Okay. 4-4 time, friend. When you take into account Deshandra, I'm pretty far ahead right now. Well, he wasn't dead on board. He could block the Kenya. He was in pretty rough shape. Let's throw up the deck list. Give me one moment to dental floss. Hello, hello, Wayne. How are you today? Hey, Sean, how much money did I give you earlier? Did I give you... This is a keep. Did I give you 6 or 7? I forget. So this guy's playing for the 4-1. And it's the mirror. Wonder how you play the mirror. Well, I have no removal, so... Oh, it's not. He's playing Riddle. Riddle hype. Riddle hype. Sorry if the sound was a little bad there. But this is a Riddle hype. There's a shock. I'm just dead. If he doesn't have a shock, I guess we have some chance. You got the best of me. Well, best of me. For bringing all the heartache. I guess we keep getting attacking. Hello, Mr. Corey. Cattest of Cools. He had these to the deck. Kind of interested in them. Obviously has a shock. Down to 2 cards in hand, but I don't like our odds from here. I like our odds a little bit more if we draw our own shock. A second Riddle. That's probably too brutal to beat. He attacks us for 5 this turn, down to 8, and he can attack for 8 next turn. Probably too brutal to beat. Oh god, and he's got another removal spell? Yeah, he drew double shock. We have no out then, unless he just has no instance. Just practically impossible, so... Any spell, we're dead. And he can get any spell. He's got a lot of turns, and 2 lands kills us as well, so... Alright, he just has insult. He made that look simple, but then again he drew double Riddle for him, so... I think these are fine in this match. I think these are fine in this match. Cinderay Flow's probably not good because it's a sorcery. Then again, Trial Zil costs 3 mana and it's probably not good. I don't think I'm supposed to go bigger. Cartouches probably ain't good. They don't block a whole lot. Alright, this thing has haste. We'll try it. I think the Mono Red deck's pretty good. I don't know if it's great, but I think it's pretty good. We'll keep. I'm going to have to get some lands. Double Hezret's already kind of like a mulligan, but with 21 lands, I don't think I can mulligan more. Crop Casher would be a good play this turn. Gonna have to roll lands though if we want to win. Not going to win without lands. That's not a land. It's just another riddle for him. That's not bad. Hopefully he doesn't draw double riddle for him twice. I would call that not fair. He's thinking really hard this time. I think he's thinking about blocking. All I know is I need more lands, or I have no chance. Okay, it's another riddle for him. That's good for me. I really need to draw a land now. If I draw a land now, I can bash him for 7. Which is fantastic, fam. Land? Land! Obviously, another land would be great. I actually kind of think the Eldrazi ones are better, so who knows? I could be wrong. I think that's fine. I just have to draw a land now. It'd be hard for me to lose if I draw a land. Didn't draw a land. Still gonna throw that at him. Makes even another desert lethal with the shock. Obviously not in good shape now, though. Got 2 mana, maybe he plays the big 1/3. Wasn't a fan of that in the deck when we tested it. So any haste creature wins now. Any haste creature, which we have an abundance of, any shock, lands pretty much win, but they don't guaranteed win. This is the deck I played at Friday Night Magic tonight. I went 5-0 tonight. Well, 5-0-1. I drew round 4. And we split the top 4. Well, still don't really think Glorybringers are good enough. These don't handle his flyers. There's some chance that these are good enough, but I don't know. I don't think so. They might be better than these. We'll just run it back. Yeah, we'll keep this hand, I guess. This hand's going to be very loose versus a lot of draws. Double Kalzev, or Karzev's kind of like a mulligan, but they'll probably kill the first one, so that's fine. He mulligans, so that's good. He snap cap. If he puts on top, his hand's probably better than ours. And he put on top. Now if I draw a third land over the next 2 draw steps, I have a double play on turn 3. So really looking for a land here. That's not a land. I'm up against the blue-red Riddle Form deck that I've been playing on stream over the past couple of weeks. So kind of a mirror. Rip. So we missed the land drop. We had the 2 in our opening hand, and we've missed on 3 draw steps. Which is a little disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. I'm actually just going to attack with this thing. I play this thing. He's down to 2 cards. Not really worried about the mage in this spot. Won't even block. Alright, well, if he's not doing anything else, I guess we'll try to kill that. He may save it with a spell. He's got 2 cards in hand. He can save it with a lot of things. He kills this to save that, which is fine. And I'm going to use my removal spell that would kill that. He can't dispel this. He can't use 1 instant and protect it. Our hand's pretty hot here. We still have double Kenya, which is great. We have 1 more removal spell depending on what he draws. If we hit lands, we have these things. Riddle Form, baby. I don't know his exact 75, but he's playing something similar to this. It's pretty fun. It's not bad. So he played nothing. We'll use the one that uses our mana the most. He could have Swelter, but that's fine if he has Swelter. We still have this and this if he has Swelter. Rip Swelt. And he plays a creature afterwards. Has to play something or the messenger flips. Oh god, that's just great for us. So land's lethal. That's not a land. No reason to let him block when I can just have threats on the table and put him down to 1. He has another Swelter, and I guess so like a Swelter and me completely flood out, but or me completely not hit another land. It would be hard. Took the man's way out, used the desert on himself. We had Hazaret and Bird going. Alright, 2-0. Let's throw up the deck list. Tonight will probably be a short stream for anybody that's here because I've been at Friday Night Magic for the last, well, it's now 3:40 a.m. I left my house about 6:30 p.m. So like 9 hours, give or take. And I only slept 2.5. Also, don't really think anybody's going to really watch much tonight, but I do think the guys who is watching, Night Jay, I've seen you around a few times, and Boot to the Head. I watched you a couple of rounds from you earlier when I was at Friday Night Magic in between rounds. I played Mono... Whoops, this isn't even the right deck list. Rip. I played Mono Red at the Friday Night Magic, so I had a lot of time between my rounds. Alright, so we gotta win 1 out of the next 3 for a pity chest. We're on to play. And we got lands, and we got this thing. I guess this is good enough? Maybe? I don't actually know if this is good enough, but I'm gonna keep it and we're gonna find out. I don't know if this hand's good enough. This hand kind of actually looks a little weak, but Need to find out how loose of hands I can keep, I guess. You don't see that too often. People play an Effer Hub on turn 1 and not having a tune to go with it. It happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen a great deal of times. I need your love. I need your... Another Effer Hub. Pop him for 1 there. Not going to play the Cartouche because there's too much of a chance he could have a Braid or a Lightning. Probably will play the Cartouche if he like had an Essence Scatter or something. Alright, I guess I will play the Cartouche. I'll get the 1 point of damage while I can. I need the cards out of my hand anyway for when I get to Feather it. Feather? Yeah. I'll pretend it's Feather. That's a pretty medium draw, though. Oh, wow. So he's playing something that I wouldn't have expected at all based on the lands that he played to begin with. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not. Wish my cell phone wasn't dead. Because I need to ask Sean things. 6, 6, 6, 6. Whee! Between the Hazoret and the 2 Incendiary flows, I have to feel I've got a pretty good advantage right now. Oh wow, he's Grixis. Well, that changes things. Still have to be at a good advantage, I think. The Grixis player kept Efferhub as his only 2 lands on 7? That is aggressive. Our opponent knows something I don't. I kind of don't even want to play this. I guess it's better than playing nothing? Or just flowing the face? To the face. To infinity and beyond. He's a Liliana in a deck with sensors. So, yeah, I thought our opponent was playing something entirely different than what he's actually playing. Attack. Trigger. Target him. Face. He has no blue mana right now, so face is pretty easy. This thing has First Strike and Menace. I knew it had Menace. My paper ones are Russian. I had no idea this had First Strike. I just learned that turn that this has First Strike. Wow. How did I not know that had First Strike? I have to get my hand empty anyway, so. Yeah, so he tapped his blue mana for a Gear Hook, and we have an Incendiary flow, so. So he's a Gear Hook deck. Man, that is an interesting keep, I think, though. Keep 7 when there's only 2 lands were Efferhub. That's that keep impressed me. Versus this deck earlier, or versus control decks earlier, I was doing this full conversion. And I just don't know if it's right. Like, these X ones may not be good enough versus the Liliana, but like, in all reality, my whole deck's X ones, so I can't really sideboard them out. I guess I could just leave the burn in. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 X ones. Yeah, I can't sideboard out my X ones. Hey Flame Guts, how you doing today? Alright, we'll try this a little bit bigger plan. Think if he has a quick Liliana, it's going to be tough on old Cat Ray. He kept a lot faster this game. Kept a lot faster. Go get him, little vampire. Vampire, Eldrazi, and Jackals, oh my. Uses my mana best to play this one. It also lets me get censored. I don't care a whole lot about putting the Kenyas in the graveyard though, like say he untapped and sweltered or just had a removal spell. Ah! That card's going to be very good versus me. Very good versus me. Alright. Lesson learned. Counterspell this one? Void Shatter. Alright, well, I guess he can have his energy. Have to keep attacking. Can't stop, won't stop attacking you. No Liliana, please? Swelter's not good for me either. Untapped land? You're not an untapped land. OCAT just doesn't want to lose to this type of deck, I guess. I will take control of this Swelter of this Shielded Effer Fief that I can't pay the mana for. He could like not have a second Sweeper. Yeah, an untapped land would have been pretty solid there. Gotta imagine we're in pretty bad shape now. This little thing was boss hogging on us. I have 23 lands in right now. I did sideboard some lands in. No more Swelter, please? Eek. That's good too. That's good too, friend. I wonder if it's worth trying to kill the Liliana. Probably not. Eh, I guess we'll find out. Censor. I guess I have to attack the Liliana? Attacking his face doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. Attacking the Liliana doesn't seem like it's going to do anything either. It did that earlier on me when I wrote something similar to somebody. Well, he doesn't have double red, I guess. Small victories? Yep. Don't need double red if you have a gear hook, though, do you? Probably going to scoop if it's gear hook, I guess. Oh, I messed up. I should have played this too. Yeah, I messed up. That was dumb of me. And now I shouldn't have cast it. But if he ticks up and kills the messenger, the braid, or sorry, the cash cropper technically could finish the Liliana. If he has nothing, he's got 4 cards in his hand though, so he's gonna have something. Rip. I guess not. I don't think there's any reason to deal to 1 to it in that spot because we have the Earth Shakers. Liliana? Alright. I guess the game's not just over. Earthshaker's very good. What is this, hours? Oh, that's not an hours. That's get my booty. That's what that is. So we have double Glory Bringer, double Chandra. And we have Tweet Tweet. Dank Dwellers. I spec'd on this card. I've got like 30 copies of this laying around the house still. Tweet Tweet. It's got some chance. It's not a 0% chance. This will attack first. Yes, I want to pay that manas. Guess I'll tap my mana properly, even though it doesn't matter a whole lot. At some point, he's got to draw a Gearhulk, right? And then I'm going to be like so thankful for a braid. I'm assuming. Maybe not. Opponent just quits. I guess he had nothing in hand and knew he was dead to the desert. Alright. Well, we got there. 3-0. I'm now 8-0 with this deck. This deck seems decent. How was your stream today, Booted? Did you have any fun matches or play anything sweet? play versus anything sweet. I don't know why I talk louder when I'm streaming. I don't need to talk louder. I can talk the normal pace. I am trying to be as illiterate. Yes, illiterate. I'm trying to be as literate as I can. I don't know. Illiterate, legitimate. I don't know. I'm trying not to sound like a hillbilly. It's not working. How you doing today, Super X Fiora Master 18? I see you in tons and tons and tons of chats. You are a big time chat watcher. I can't hear you. Could you talk louder? Correct. After this match, I'll show you the deck that I plan on streaming tomorrow night. It's one of my friend's brews. It's not going to be good at all, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Wow, this hand is questionable. I want to keep it mostly to see how loose a hands I can keep. Pretty sure this hand's a mulligan. Oh, thank you for hosting Fink's Kitchen. That card is so good, by the way. Get some of our werewolf beatdowns, friend. A lot of chink sounds like boo. Man, I can't wait to show you guys the deck that I'm gonna play. You're gonna think his decks are gonna look great compared to what I'm gonna be playing. Probably won't play it till tomorrow night though, because quite frankly I don't have the cards on me right now, and the guy who loaned them or is going to loan them to me, I'm sure is asleep. This hand seemed reasonable. The art on this card just amuses me. You got like this big dude in the back with some kind of like magical scepter, and you got this little dude up front. He's just like, I'm gonna crossbow you. It's just something. It's like a little tiny dude here. Looks like he's just gonna get wrecked. Appreciate the host though. Well, it's not a brew. This is not a brew. The deck tomorrow is gonna be brew. This mono red deck is just a net deck. This is. I don't know who made it. I took it from Watchwolf because Jonathan Sudeikis is a pretty incredible little Magic player. I probably should have took Sandy's Dog's updated version, but I don't know, it's pretty fun. I had fun with it at Friday Night Magic tonight. I'm still not sure that it's as good as the Eldrazi build of Mono Red, like the Jonathan Job build, but a streamer I was watching yesterday morning, I believe his name is OceanMan84. He basically convinced me to try this card. So I was pretty excited to try it. Apparently we're going to try the crap out of it. Well, I don't have any more gas going in my hand, and we've got this Hazoret, so I think I need to try to prevent as much damage as I can. And a Cartouche would be hot with this draw. Well, that's a little disappointing. I assume in the mirror match it's whoever plays Hazoret just wins, but we're still kind of a bit from playing it. Mono Red is everywhere. This is the second Mono Red deck we played this league. Okay, that's not true. Is it? Did I just lie? What did I play round one? This is the first Mono Red deck we played. We played a blue-red Prowess deck. That's what it was. Alright, well, you take yours. Sure. Be as mana efficient as possible. So next turn we can attack for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not enough to win. Are we going to be blocking with a Glorybringer main? That's pretty good. That's going to be good. So he can, if he has a land, he can 5 next turn. So I probably need to leave back some kind of blocker. If I attack with this, I'm lethal, but I die to another land. I died to Land Glorybringer. Pretty sure that if I just hold back, I'm gonna die to Land Glorybringer anyway, because he'd be able to block this on the following turn. So I guess I'm gonna attack with just the one. That could be pretty loose. I die to a lot of things now. Like I die to Earthshaker. I die to Glorybringer. I die to Land Crop. I die to removal spells. I die to about a million things. Well, this guy would have been able to block. I could have left this guy back. He's indestructible. I was thinking about not attacking with this guy. But like, I don't know if that gets me anywhere. It may have got me somewhere. I guess technically, if he didn't exert and just attack, I don't know. I can take this and legend roll it. That doesn't seem like it does a lot. I die to a lot of things at 9 life though. Any land lets me steal this, which is pretty sweet. And then I get to exert it. I think we've got pretty good odds if we just get out of this turn alive. It's getting out of this turn alive that's the hard part. Getting out of this turn alive is the hard part. He's not just killing me though, so I'm going to assume we've got out of this turn alive. Yeah, me. Going to assume we've got out of the turn alive since he's not just killing me. There's a land. Doesn't take a lot. What do you got now? What'd you hook up this time? His own Eldrazi Obligator would be annoying. He could legend roll my Hazoret. I want you and all your standard knowledge to tell me what it is. I couldn't tell you. I've saw the Combat Celebrant deck. I've saw the Marion combo deck. He's already used a Madcap Experiment with it. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, so he can attack with that thing. I'm pretty sure I have to block. Can't block next turn anyway, so I guess I have to block this turn. That's not a land, but that'll do if he has nothing. But that'll do anyway, I guess. If he's got a burn spell, I'm just probably dead. What is it? Standard. The best one is Tree of Perdition. Yeah, Tree of Perdition. That's pretty hot, man. I want to watch that. I want to watch that. That is hot. Have you saw the one that uses this stuff? What is this card's name? Sorry, I don't know what the card's name is. It's going to take me a second. I believe it's a Kaladesh card, though. Yeah, there's one of this card where they buy this back in a deck that's got like Metalwork Colossuses that go to the graveyard, and they just sack a bunch of triggers on top of each other with the Metalwork Colossus. I guess I want all the burn versus them. I probably want the 3 power attacking thing, but I may not. Yeah, I don't actually think the Marionette Master's good. I just thought it was pretty hilarious. Trials just seem worse than the other things. What the heck else did I take out? I guess this card's not great. It does steal this, it does steal Glory Bringers. Maybe Glory Bringer's just great. Maybe I just want to bring Glory. If I bring Glory, though, I gotta add more lands in my deck. The Cartouches probably get me 2-for-1 too much. Maybe the Braids aren't good enough. Yeah, let's try to be a little more aggressive on the play, I guess. Huh. Nah, I changed my mind again. Get out of here, Seagate Oracle. You ain't good enough. Pretty hard to beat that card, though. Alright, I'll try this. This has to be your own. There's no way I should have 5 drops in my deck with 22 mana. Well, this hand's absolutely great, except for the fact that I can't cast my spells, so I guess I'll mulligan. This hand's better, but it's not good. That's too much mana, so bottom of the deck you go, friend. Attempt to get my block on. This card's pretty good if he doesn't have a removal spell. Ooh, that card's great. Now I need a removal spell. I did not get a removal spell, so. Yeah, that was pretty great. I can't argue about that. That did some work. Still a reasonably large attack for the following turn. That doesn't block. So am I just dead if he brings it all? See, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm not even close to dead, actually, am I? Okay, not close to dead. Good enough for me. You can't block. You can't block. Yeah. So he goes down to 6 there, and we have another crop crasher. He's got to get 4 cards out of his hand to even block with the hazard. It's probably okay. Unless he's just leaving it all back for blocks. Wow. He had 5 points of haste in his hand. That'll do it. I don't think I'm supposed to leave a blocker back. Like, leaving a blocker back doesn't really do anything. He's got both of these. He had to get 3 cards out of his hand to even attack with that. I guess I want the braids back then. I don't want you. I can try some of you. Obligator seems okay still. The Bomat carriers don't seem like they're ever going to deal damage. Maybe they're not as good as Trolazil. Let's try this way. Still think the deck's mostly about Hazoret. think the best part about that's fair. A 420 tree. This hand has to be fine, I guess. It's obviously not a great hand, but like, I think it's keepable. We need more removal spells. Shocker and Magma Spray wouldn't be a bad draw. Neither would. I'm assuming he's going to trade here. He doesn't trade here, I'm going to be kind of impressed. And my bottle of water is now empty. Really just looking to draw our Hazaretiru. Oh, that was good. This does the most damage, so I guess I'm going to attack with it. Not feeling our odds this game. Feeling they're not particularly high. Well, I've already streamed an hour in one league. That's a pretty large amount. It's probably worth killing this. If he has land, dude, it doesn't block. Yeah, one of those blocks, that's not good for me. Oh wow, I guess neither of them block. That's pretty good draw, but I think I just want to push damage. If he's got a burn spell, at least he takes one. I was actually surprised it taken about an hour. Almost all of my leagues are lasting about 90 minutes right now. And it's looking like this is going to be in at probably an hour 20, hour 15. So if he doesn't have a removal spell here, I get to hit him for 6 down to 5. That's not nothing. It also doesn't win. Ugh. He's taking a while to decide what he's going to do with this. So I guess he's got a removal spell? If he has Hazoret, it's going to be very, very, very hard for me to win. Kinda need to top deck a land and a Hazoret of my own, or maybe a Casher. A Casher would be good. I think it's a crop Casher. It might be something else. I'm bad at card names. Yeah, maybe opponent's DC'd, I'm not sure. This spell's been on the stack over a minute. I don't have any graham crackers, but I do have Chex Mix tonight. Can't be sad about Chex Mix. Chex Mix, cheddar. Whoa, a Devoy card. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. It's a pretty good one. Um, Sandy Dog replaced those with Lafnium Hillian, and I'm starting to think that that's just a lot better in the mirror match. Because if that was a Hillian, he would have took an extra damage last turn, and he wouldn't be able to like shock it or anything this turn. So he'd be taking a minimum of an extra 5. But then it would die. I wouldn't have any way to have the energy to keep it. Multi-grain club crackers with cheddar. Those sound tasty. Paper packs or moto packs? Yeah, he lost connection. Sorry about this delay, guys. This is one of the problems of streaming Moto. Like somebody loses connection or whatever, there's just nothing you can do. But he's back now. Paper, nice, nice. I opened 2 boxes of this set, and I didn't get anything particularly good. I only got 3 abrades out of 2 boxes. 2 boxes in a pre-release. I only got 3 abrades. So I think I opened 5 packs at the pre-release plus the packs, so 9 packs. So I'm 81 packs deep, and I have 3 abrades. Not super worried about not having the braids though, because I'll go to a local game day and they'll give everybody in the store braids for just showing up at the local game day. So I'll get a 4 for braid there. I'm also a huge fan of Texas cards, so we're just really hoping one of the 2 cards in this hand right now isn't a 1 mana removal spell. A legendary monkey. The game day promos. Game day promo hour. Sorry. Really? This doesn't have a link to the cards on it? I'll find it. Yeah, like right here. I guess I'll go ahead and link it to chat too in case I drop it. But the game day participation promos, Texas a braid, or sorry, a full art of braid, and like the top 8 is this like very mean kitty cat. This kitty cat that looks like he ain't gonna take nobody's BS. Anyway, so target that. Hope that we can hit him for 6. Yeah. Karate chop. Don't have it. Don't have it. Oh, they have it. Really? He killed this one instead of this one, so he took an extra damage that turn. So I need a removal spell. I drew a removal spell. Don't mind to trade this for his own village messenger. Yeah, this is pretty hot. I know a lot of people that actually like the kitty cat too. Meow. Kitty cat. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Fatal Push is the Fatal Push promo is an upcoming game day as well. That was a good draw. See? Right here, Corey Cool Cat loves cats. Meow meow meow. So we have at least 7 just wins if we draw them, I think? Yeah, we have 7 burn spells that just win. Free falling, yeah. 7 burn spells that just win. Now we have 9 burn spells that just win. And an untapped land wins as well. No, I'm not playing against cats. I was just showing the game day promo off. Untapped land? Got him. Alright. 4-0. We have won multiple chests tonight. Let's throw up the deck list. This deck seems pretty solid. I'm currently 9-0 with it. I don't think it needs both lands in the sideboard. The Glory Bringers have been extremely unimpressive. All the other cards have been kind of useful. I don't know if I need all 3 Chandras. The Obligators may not be as good as Lafnium Helium. I need to test that. And a Trial of Zills may be better as Collective Defiance. Glorybringer is badass, but this is a 21 land deck, so even having Glorybringer on turn 5 with the 23 doesn't happen all the time. So they've just been lackluster. I've not got paired versus any black-green energy decks or Teamer energy decks, though, and that's where I think the Glorybringer will shine. I've not got paired versus any blue-white monument. I think those are the type of matches that the Glorybringer is going to be very good in. So far, I've only pretty much been paired versus Gearhulk decks and other aggressive decks, and they're just not seemed particularly good versus those matches. Oh, I guess I should spill this out. Not that anybody cares, because there's not a lot of people here tonight, but there's a link down below on this Twitch page with my Twitter on it. And on my Twitter, you can see every time I go live and every deck list I'm playing when I go live. So, you can go follow it if you want. There's also like a YouTube link, but I don't post anything on YouTube that matters, just VODs. Though something very, very cool, today at Friday Night Magic, I was playing and I found out that one of the locals, found out that I stream and found out about my Twitch page because he just happened to be searching for the deck I'm playing on YouTube. So, like, he found the deck on YouTube. He found me on YouTube. That blows my mind that worked. He's like, I loaded up the video and I heard somebody that sounded roughly like you. So that was pretty sweet. This hand might have been kind of a loose, kind of a loosey-goosey keep? Yeah, there we go, loosey-goosey keep. Something with haste, please. I should have been more specific. Social media, get 'em. Don't really know what the opponent's playing. Not sure I care what he's playing. Taste my incendiary flow to your face when you're at 17. Yeah, it blew my mind because our local community's only like, 15 to 20 people typically anyway. So I was just like, really? You found me there? Oh, homie. This is just sweet. Another cartouche, one of his cards. What's this one? Swelder, maybe? No, it's a Chandra. Chandra's fine. Alright. So, we'll start with this. Trial. Deal 3 to him. No. Chandra's fine. Cartouche. This guy can't block. Trial Zil back to the hand. And 3 to him again with double Trial Zil in hand and a Runes in hand. So even if you had a way to make me discard both Trials of Zil and kill the Falconrath Gorger, The rune still wins in 2 turns if I draw a land? Or even if I don't draw a land? So we're paired versus red-black control? Cast 2 spells? Alright, well. The bird's probably good. The Chandras are probably good. The shocks probably aren't good. The Glorybringers are probably good because he's probably on, Pizza Ready 157. He's probably on some number of Kalatos. If I bring in the Glorybringers, I probably also need to bring in the lands. If I'm bringing in the lands, the Cartouche doesn't seem to me like something that I'm going to get resolved very often. What do we got here? 20 minutes? 20 minutes what? I'm confused. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's true, he could be on, but most of these cards aren't very good versus Ilmater. I can bring this back in on game 3 if he is. I guess this is fun. I have no idea what the 157 and the 20 minutes is. Oh, by the way, my cell phone's dead tonight, so I can't check my email or anything. So for anybody that's following, thank you. This hand has to be a mulligan, right? I have 1 land, I have 23 lands, so I have 22 hits and 53 cards over 2 draw steps. I'll keep it. I think I can miss a land drop the first turn. Oh, gotcha. Fair enough. Note to himself. Well, if we never draw another land, we can still cast 5 cards in our hand. How ridiculous is that? Honestly, just how ridiculous is that? I don't even think I care if he has the Swelter. He may not have the Swelter, so... He's pausing. He's thinking about using a removal spell, so I don't think he either probably doesn't have the Swelter or probably doesn't have the land. Hiya. There has been karate chops. Yeah, might not have had the land. Runner land would be pretty hot here. Would be pretty happy to get runner land. Hiya. Let's go get him, fam. Yeah, still doesn't have a land. Untapped land and we're fine versus Cletus. Rip, Chandra's defeat. That's good to get out of the hand before the actual Chandra comes down. What do we got? Alright, we will attack for 2. Desert your face. Chandra your face. Hope you don't have a second Chandra's defeat. Man, a second Chandra's defeat would make me go from pretty happy to pretty sad pretty quickly. These defeat cards are pretty nice. I think the black one's going to be very modern playable, especially if they don't ban, especially if they do not ban Death Shadow, because the black one kills Tassiger, Gurmag Angler, Death Shadow, Liliana. I have 5 drops in my deck, so I'm going to go ahead and play the land before I tick up Deshandra. I guess I'm going to play this thing, even though it might be a little overkill. He draws a Swelder. He looks like he's just mana screwed. 4. That's a Cletus. Still dead. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not still dead. Alright. I guess he's still dead. Well, that was a 5-0. Currently 10-0 with this deck. Oh, that would have been sweet. We would have got to kill him with his own Cletus. I'm so sad that we didn't get to kill him with his own Cletus. Is anybody else as disappointed as I am that this Cletus didn't do things? Anyway, let's open some chests. 5-0 Dino, let's open some chests. Yes, that was a competitive league. I always play competitive leagues if I think my decks are competitive. When I'm tuning decks and I'm not sure how good they are, I start them off in the friendly league to see what type of tweaks and stuff I need. I like selling them, but I kind of like opening them just for the stream's sake. Anyway, 15 play points. That's kind of a fail, so we're down roughly $1. No chance that's worth anything, so we're roughly down like 230. Roughly down like 360. That has to be bulk. So roughly down like 590. Ooh, there's 8, so we're about even then, I guess. Or might be down like 20 cents or something. See, we're down about 590, so this is up about 570. So yeah, we're down about 0.20. I don't mind getting to play points too much. That has to be useless. So down about 2.5. I thought about just saving up like 100 play points and making a video. So down about 3.8. High market's worth something in real life, but it's probably not worth anything on Moto. Let's find out. E-price high market. Yeah, it's worth about 2.3. So we're still down about 2.8 then. Breaks even. 8 more to go. That's up about 7, so we're down about 210. Haven't opened any cool commons or uncommons yet. So we're down about 0.80, give or take. So this is a lot better than I normally do. I normally just lose it all. 0.80, so we're down about 310 in general. I assume that's not worth anything. I have no idea if that is. I'm just going to say it's not. So 310, that makes it about 5.4. Hey, a Leovode! We might have scored something. God damn it. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So that's up. That's about 38 tickets up. We were down about 510. So we're up like 36 on that one. So we're roughly about 30. I have no idea if the other card's worth anything. I generally look up all these commander cards because I know so little about commander. So we're up about 30. It wasn't worth anything. Wonder if it's any good though. It doesn't look any good. Up about 30 with 3 chests to go. So the worst we can do is up about 225. Yeah, we made about another 70 cents. What do we got here? Surgical? Surgical's worth something. Surgical's worth something decent too. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, I knew that was worth something. So that's a Modern Masters one on MTGO. It's about 25 ticks. So we're up about... That's like another 23. So we're up about 53.20 right now, give or take. So like 53.20. And then we lost like $1.10 on this one. So we're up about 52.5, give or take. Maybe 52. Up about 52 tickets. That's the best we did in a long, long time. We're back to 99 QPs. You can't get rid of QPs quick enough, man. I don't mind the play points. I know a lot of people hate play points, but if you ever notice when like the standard qualifiers come around, like the Omnicat standard, the Hours of Devastation, you know, like those qualifiers, those events pay out 15 packs for just going 3-2. So all your extra play points, you can just jam those events and turn those into money. So while trying to qualify for the event and play for bigger prizes, of course. But like, so you can always convert play points into money pretty easily if you play standard and you play those events. Well, I said I was going to call it an early night, but to be honest, I can't quit on a 5-0. We got to run it back. Yeah, but he's pretty broken in he's pretty broken in Legacy right now too, though. But I probably will sell it. I actually play Commander. I'm thinking about waking up and playing the Commander tournament tomorrow, and if I do, I'll probably play this build of the deck. Not that I play much Commander, but if I do, I'll probably play this build of the deck. Or I might play this build. I'm not sure. But I'll probably play the Commander tournament tomorrow. I've played 3 of the Commander challenges so far, and I've top 8'd 2 out of 3 and got my money back into 1. It's just, do I want to wake up? It's like medium whether I want to wake up. It's medium when I'm going to go to bed. Anyway, nobody wants to hear me talk about Commander. Nobody likes Commander, so just go back and play another league. Let's see if we can keep the win streak going. Sorry about that downtime. Some people like seeing the chest open, some people don't. It's nice to be up about 50 tickets on them, though. Like, even if I 0-3 this league, we're up like 38-ish tickets tonight, so that's pretty cool. Did I actually load the right deck? Let me make sure. Yeah, I loaded the right deck. So, let's get going. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I played it in paper tonight too, and I went 5-0 in paper tonight. The old 10-game win or 10-match win streak with it. I am beyond amazed that we hit good chess. Like, just beyond amazed that we hit good chess. I really wish I had my phone so I could thank the people that are following and all that. For anybody that's a new follower tonight, I apologize that I actually can't see the names and read them off tonight, but I appreciate it. Appreciate it greatly. Also, for anybody that's new here, down below there's a link to my Twitter, so you can see anytime I go live and all the deck lists I play when I go live. On the Twitter, there's even a link to my YouTube if you're interested in watching the VODs. Unfortunately, the VODs are about 24-hour delayed because when you get this sub button, you agree to not post anything for 24 hours. We got a mulligan. We submitted the first emoticon, but apparently it takes a while to get approved. That's true, but you got to have the money to buy more cards so you can play more. Well, we'll keep mulligan to 5. Our luck may have turned. Though 1-2 opponent and we mulligan a bunch. Don't know yet whether he's playing Riddle form or whether he's like blue control, so I'm going to hold Incendiary Flow. Hopefully he's just playing Riddle form. Alright, he's not playing Riddle form. This card wouldn't be in Riddle form. So it's going to be pretty hard to beat blue-red control on a mulligan to 5 on the play. Oh, sorry, I get this donator thing up again. I don't even think anybody reads it, but whatever. I appreciate it so much that I'm going to pop it up for the guy. Do we have somebody reading Eldrazi Obligator? Rip. At least it wasn't a censor. 7 more turns of this little bad man, and we'll get him. There's the land. Ah, he's got a nice land choice. Keep playing the lands in case we draw Hazaretaru, Hazaruaret, Hazareti, the Feverent, the Bad Mama Jama. Really? Not upset about that. What's this land? That's kind of a pretty land too. Uh-oh. And we're kind of flooding? That's not a good sign. Rest in peace, dude. Don't really have anything that the flow can be used on. I could have held that land, I guess, to discard it if I ever resolved the one thing, but I'm pretty sure that I don't resolve the one thing. Could just draw a bunch of Earth Shakers and be happy. Well, all we have to do is draw a bunch. Oh, he's going to disallow this? All we have to do is draw like a bunch of deserts in a row, and we're probably okay. Rip. Well, if he has anything, I'm dead. If he doesn't have anything, I'm dead. Kind of an interesting spot to be in. If he shows me a Gearhulk, I'm going to concede, I guess. If he just trades this for a Fumarole, I won't concede. Alright. He tapped mana really fast. Oh, it got him to 9 on a mulligan to 5, so that's kind of cool. I've been bringing in a couple of braids in this match, and I've been bringing in these 4 cards. I've also been bringing in the land, and I've been bringing in the Glory Bringers. Been trying to go a little bit bigger, and I've been taking out like the shocks and the things that get me 2 for 1. And the slower removal spells. I'm actually going to bring in the third of Braid and try it. Don't know if this is a good manner to sideboard, but it's what I've been doing in this particular match. This hand's pretty gas. Not upset to have this hand. Hand's pretty good as long as he doesn't have Swelter. Hand's not bad even if he does have Swelter. Yeah, I assume he's on Thing in the Ass, but the Chandras can kill the Thing in the Ass. The Glorybringers can kill Thing in the Ass, and if the Thing in the Ass blocks anything, all of the Incendiary Flows and the Braids can also kill Thing in the Ass. Also, Thing in the Ass doesn't block particularly well, so... Really? Effer Hubmarini for his land 1. I assume he's going to shock. Or Magma Spray, rather. I guess I don't assume he's going to shock. Hurts his red mana, though, if he does. Oh, Chandra's defeat. It's roughly the same. It has no red mana yet, so... Let's just keep on keeping on if he has no red mana. He could have a counterspell for this, but that's fine. There's a red land. We go ahead and play this first. So we get to draw a bunch of cards depending on what's in his hand. Kind of flooding a little bit again, but that's fine. Go ahead and play a land before we attack in case he has a removal spell. Just go ahead and bash. Supreme Will. These two little Bowmats have done a lot of work. He's down to 11. And he needs like a removal spell and a braid, or I'm going to draw at least 4 cards. Sorry, a removal spell and a disallow. Dung Diggity, your pizza's done. By my clock. I'm pretty jealous that you have pizza too, to be honest. I want pizza. I want pizza. Give me pizza. Oh, there's another land. Did I get to do battle? Hiawatha. I don't want to just sack because he could have disallow, so... Just gonna keep going down this lonely, lonely road of playing no spells. I'll play that one. At some point, he's got to do something. Sure. Alright, well, I guess we get to sack this finally. Magma Spray. Yeah, might find an instant. And we use that one too, then. That's a Hazoret and a bunch of lands. No instant, so... Nothing I can play. Well, I guess we're going to play this thing first and get it on the board while we can. And I guess we'll play this thing second. Put all those deserts in our hand. Discard as many lands as we can. Pretty happy about that. Drawing like just a million cards there was so good. That was pretty hot. I am a fan. Casually draw 12 cards. Boy. That was pretty sweet. Alright, anyway. He didn't show us anything else on the sideboard. I didn't see any Glory Bringers. He probably still has Fing in the Eye, so I'm not going to change the sideboard any. Wow, this hand. What do we do with this hand? The Glory Bringer's already like a mulligan, but the 3 Falconrath Gorgers are pretty nice. The Incendiary Flow's kind of like a mulligan too. It wouldn't be in the deck if I had anything better to sideboard out. I guess this is a mulligan? Yeah, I guess this is a mulligan. If I was on the play, I think it's a keep. Do not want a second Abrade, so bottom you go, friend. I'll be playing 2 spells next turn, so there's no really reason to get the Village Messenger out this turn. I guess I'll show him this one. Tap for colorless, play this thing. If he has a Swelter, that would have been bad, but okay, it's less bad now. So Braid's going to kind of get in the way of the Seagate Wreckage. I don't like the Seagate Wreckage in the sideboard. I think it needs to be the desert that you can stack to get a 2/2. Wow. So all this time, he was a different type of deck. That's hot. Had no idea that he was a different deck. And I guess this is just for Nicobolus and nothing else. It's what I'm going to have to assume. A pretty rough shape here if he has any type of mass removal effect, but maybe we can get to this. I guess he's trying to decide whether he should counterspell this or just use removal on them. Thing in Ice would be probably pretty good for us, because we'd be able to get the Braid out of our hand. Alright, well, we can get the Braid out of our hand anytime we want now. A random card's probably better than the 2 cards we have in hand when we have a Seagate. But we're not going to do it now. Probably not going to do it at all because it looks like he's going to get the Gearhulk mana. Wrecked. Alright. I attack you. Sure. Okay. So he needs a disallow or a dispel, so that keeps him off Gearhulk mana, so I'm fine with all of that. I think the Hazoret's good enough not to sack the Beaumont Courier, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, 2 lands in a row would be hot. Would be hot, 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 hot. 2 lands in a row. How you doing tonight, Mr. Knight J15? Are you rocking and rolling? Think he's thinking about using a main phase removal spell? Nice. Being swell's great. Really need to hit a untap land. Think we're a pretty reasonable favorite to hit one. We have 20 lands into 47 cards, so it's below 50%. But, you know, this is fairly late in the game now, and we've missed on several turns in a row. Well, we hit our land. So if he kills this, this is probably going to resolve. 2 to slaughter. Alright, well, we'll sacrifice this. Spoiler, that was pretty good for me. It wasn't great for me because he could still have like Torrential Gearhulk make me kill this, but then an untap land wins. Well, I guess he didn't have the mana for the Gearhulk. That's pretty sweet. We won on a mulligan to 5, or we lost on a mulligan to 5 game 1, but we won on a mulligan to 6 game 2. The difference was I was on the play game 1 and I drew on game 2. So I was technically had 2 more cards game 2. Anyway, that's 11 wins in a row. Let's run it back and see what happens. The Q immediately pops. That is not the same opponent, is it? No, it's not the same opponent. But yeah, we'll play first. Hand is pretty good. Definitely going to keep the hand. There's so much removal that I care about getting the damage more than I care about getting the 1 card, because getting this 1 card doesn't happen that often. Especially when you have about 1 million removal spells. So there's a Magma Spray. So we have 8 points of damage in hand, so technically we've done half of his life already? That's right, technically I'm claiming to have did half my opponent's life total. That's not how math works at all. Ooh, I don't know what this one does. I think it gives stuff -1/-1. Yep, -1/-1 for 2 -1/-1 as a target creature. That card's pretty good. I think this whole uncommon cycle is pretty good for what it is. Well, don't know what our opponent's playing, so we're just going to bash. I'm assuming he doesn't have a removal spell because he wouldn't have let that thing flip. I'm also just going to go ahead and throw this at his head because our hand's getting cluttered and we don't have a lot of lands. I'm obviously not sacking anything to the courier. What's he doing? Cycling a land. So he's like some kind of red-black control deck. Hopefully there's no Swelder, and if there is a Swelder, hopefully we draw a land. Alright, well that's no Swelder. Doomfall. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls. I guess I'll choose this one. Untap land is what I really, really want. That's not an untapped land. But we have his friend Beaumont Courier coming back to play, yay. And now we have a shock. Really hoping there's no Cletus in the future. Alright, that's no Cletus, so that's good. Fault Not Seer. I guess I'll go ahead and shock him. See what he takes card-wise. That's not an untapped land. That is a problem, friends. Alright, well, that's a problem. I don't really want to discard this when he's at 6 life, so I guess we'll just do it like this. Like, they'll technically put him at 1, so like, a desert kills him now. That's a glory bringer. So you need to draw a desert pretty badly. Yeah. Desert, desert, desert is a win. That's not a desert, but that does put our opponent at 1, which gives us a lot of draws to win. We have 3 incendiary flows, 2 trials, 1 shock. Crashers probably win depending on what he has. This might let us draw 2 cards. A cartouche probably wins because I just played on his Glorybringer. An untapped land's pretty good. Wow, he's attacking with that one this time. It's interesting. So what's opponent got? He's got a matter. He's got 2 blockers of some kind. Sure. What do we draw? So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess I just play this and have a blocker for this and only take 10, 11, 12 no matter what. So I'm dead next turn and I have no outs to not be dead. Because this guy can block here. This guy can exert on this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I guess I need to attack and look for a burn spell? Attacking and looking for a burn spell, I guess, is my best option. Yeah, the runes is great. So this is my only option to win. I'm just dead on board in any other way. Yeah, just dead on board any other way. I agree, Knight. He has to block. I should have just sacked it to save us a couple of seconds. So any cartouche, any burn spell. And that'll do. That won't do because I played the runes. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. If I hadn't played a land, we would have won. But if I hadn't played a land, I would have had 2 less outs. But these are 4 outs. Well, I guess we learned from that mistake. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a pretty bad mistake. And I'm just dead on board. Punterini. I wonder if that was a punt. Let's look at our sideboard and see what our outs were. So we had these 2, these 3, and this 1, and then all 4 of these. Yeah, but we had 2 Zolatril, or we had 2 Trial of Zeals, and we had 4 deserts. So our percentage was higher with the desert. That was just bad of me. We had double the deserts as we did the Zills. Anyway, so we learned. I don't mind making mistakes as long as I learn from them and don't make them repeatedly. Probably need to go a little bit bigger versus him. So I'm going to bring in this stuff. I'm actually going to bring in maybe the magma sprays. The magma sprays seem to be better than the shocks at least. My removal spells aren't good versus his deck. I didn't really see anything I could kill. Cartouches probably aren't good. He probably has too many blockers. I'm assuming he has too many blockers. Alright. I'm fine with what we have going on here. Alright, let's cut one of this card, because it's not great in this match, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind losing there. This hand's just stone gas. Literally everything I want. I wouldn't even mind to draw like 3 lands in a row. I like making mistakes like that because mistakes like that actually teach me. I think I have learned from that. I don't think that's a mistake that I'm going to make again. He showed us a land, so he probably has a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Play this one. If I have an untapped land, I can get past anything they play. Rip. So I really just want to draw a land here. Well, we got one of them. Uses my mana better to play this one. And it hits for 1 more damage. Untap land this turn is everything that I've ever wanted. Untap land this turn is what makes the boys bring their girls to the yard. Ooh, Heart of Kieran. That's a nice one. That's not an untapped land, friend. Well, we've got some pretty good cards in our hand. Unfortunately, the expertise is a lot worse versus the Heart of Kieran. Fault not. That's not a Fault Not Seer. You can still uptick on the Heart of Kieran, though, which is good for him. Untap land one time? Alright, so we hit an untap land there. I can play the Hazoret this turn, but I don't think that's worth it. I think just playing the Chandra and killing his Chandra is worth it. Well, he did that at a poor time. Now I get to do the 2 damage to him. Actually, that might not be true. There might not have been a time where he got to choose. Yeah, I don't think he got to choose. I'm just an idiot. So if it's Reality Smasher, we get to hit him for a lot. If it's Glory Bringer, I'm not happy. Glory Bringer's not bad though, because the Chandra still gets to live. There's my own Glory Bringer. So expertise says gain control of target vehicle end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't think so. So if I use you for mana, I can bring back this thing and attack for 4? Probably okay. Or I can just play this thing and attack for 4. I think if I'm going to cast anything, I should be casting this one. Because this one costs 6 mana and I'm just 1 mana away from casting the Glorybringer. Yeah, we're going to take this up. And I'm going to play the Earthshaker. This can't block, I guess. And he really needs to deal with the Chandra and the Earthbreaker here. If he plays certain threats, the expertise just wins. Thought Not Seer. Well, that's pretty good for me. He has to take a card, so if I draw a land, either the Glorybringer or the Hazoret is going to crush him. If I don't draw a land, the Expertise is going to crush him. So basically, I would have had to brick pretty hard there. And we didn't brick very hard there at all. Alright, so he showed us Heart of Kirin, which I think is actually very annoying versus me. But he also probably has Matter Shapers. So I'm not sure whether a Braid or whether Incendiary flows better in the match overall. Could just hedge and go 2 and 2 and let God sort it out, but that seems wrong. Actually, it doesn't seem that bad. Alright. Fine with that. We just gotta hope these Expertises go cray. Cray, 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 cray. I think this going bigger plan works. Glorybringer's a lot worse versus Heart of Kirin, but like, I still think it's good. Oh god, no. Mulligan. This hand's not good, but I guess I'll keep it. If I'm keeping this hand, I'll also keep this. Probably not. Yeah, I can't imagine winning, but I don't really want to go to 5. He just has too much removal in his deck, I think, for me to go to 5. I think the 1-drops are still fine on the draw. Like, my burn spells don't really do anything versus anything in his deck's the problem. The only cards he showed me that my burn spells kill are Matter Shapers, and then like my burn spells don't even kill those effectively. I'm like trading them for half of a card, so he's got Doom Files unfortunately, so just playing this Hazoret's not great. Rip. So he's going to take Chandra, and that's going to be super bad for me, but hopefully I can top deck another Chandra. I guess he could not take Chandra. He could have like a Skyship or a Chandra or a Reality Smasher in hand and just take the Fervent. The Fervent. I guess it's Fervent. Alright. He has Doomfall, so like this God's not great, but they tap black mana first, so I'm assuming it's that. Oh, no, maybe it's Glorybringer then. Wow, he cast a Glorybringer on the table when I have a Hazard in play. That's insane. That's insane. So I can play this, this, and this. I can take this. I can exert it onto this. I can cast this, and I can like just go plumb nuts. Wow. That was sick. And his thing unexerts? Why does this thing unexert? Oh, during your next untap step. Gotcha. Alright, that makes sense then. That makes sense then. And we have this Eldrazi Obligator to steal it again? Oh my god, guys. Yep. I read the card. I figured it out when I read it. All my paper cards are Russian and or Korean, so like a lot of things like that escape me on my first reads. So I'm actually going to go ahead and shoot this so that I know that I have mana to do this Favorite thing. Or so I know that this thing can attack. We'll go ahead and play that. So we're going to take this. Yes. Oh my god! I can't believe that he cast that Glorybringer for us in that spot. That was so good for us. He knew they were both in our hand too. Wow. Alright, I feel like we stole that game. Anyway, onward. We just have to win one out of the next three to get a pity chest. Pop up the deck list here. So, I'm sorry if I'm cackling like a fiend. Like he might not have had any choices. I shouldn't even be implying that he played poorly or anything. I'm not saying he did. Like sometimes you just don't have anything in your hand. You have to hope your opponent misses because things. Me attacking with the Fault Not Seer and the Feverent and things does 10 damage to him too. So like that's pretty good. I don't know. I mean, he was in a rough spot. I find that questionable. That would have been his best line. But anyway, so we got to win one match out of the next three to draw a pity chest. We're playing versus this dude. God, look at these hands. This is the second hand like this in a row that we've had. We have 12 1-drops and like 7 3 or 2-drops. This hand's pretty bad, but I think it's a keep. We're on the draw, so I'm actually going to put that on top of my deck. It's not a land, and a land's what I really, 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 really want. Like the Spice Girls always say, what you really, really want. But still have a couple draw steps to get there. Uh-oh. Attune decks. Probably not good versus the hand we have. Anyway, we're going to go across this table and get us some for one. Jeff Lee PH28. What's up, mate? Are you ready to get a message? You joined the bad boys? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I don't like our odds with this deck. I like our odds considerably more if he like doesn't play a spell ever. Alright, so he's Teamer. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it meant. That's why I ended up with the response I made. I know a lot of people like that. Like I told my local I told my local I told my local group that I was playing this deck on stream tonight, and they were like, "Have zero interest to watch that deck." I'm like, "The deck's not bad." Skyship, Skyship Raider. Yes, 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 yes. I'm just gonna type. Yep. coming to get the little raider. I love this card. The thing puts red monkeys into play. I think it just has a misconception. I think it's kind of... A lot of these decks are pretty difficult to play. Like, there was a season or two ago that I'm confident the aggro decks were harder to play than the Gearhulk decks, because the Gearhulk decks just didn't have options in that particular season. I'm not saying every season or anything. I'm talking about one specific season. So, oh well, that card's fantastic versus me. Well, we'll play this. So I could play this thing and attack with a bunch, and like he gets to do things, or I could just like flow this thing. I think flowing this thing's better than just attacking with the skyship. We get 3 damage, maybe kill a monkey. I don't know. At least they're not the same ones. Oh god. I hope I hit the mute button in time to sneeze. Sorry about that, guys. That was a pretty brutal sneeze. No! No bristling hydra. No bristling hydra. No. No, 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 no. Well, attack me with the Thopters then, please. That's not attacking me with the Thopters either. Huh. I don't have any good plays, do I? I guess I can just play this thing? Uses the mana most efficiently? I guess I can attack with this thing? Alright, I've made my decision. I'm going to throw stuff under the bus just to get Thopters off the table. Goodbye, creature that I can replace. Assume that one's dying too? Yeah. Gets the most cards out of my hand. I want the most cards out of my hand because if I top deck a land, I'll be able to play the Feverent and attack. And attacking with the Feverent's probably my only way to win this game. He tapped his 2 red first, so that's Snap Glorybringer, which is Snap bad for me. And he's attacking with them both. Nope, not attacking with them both anymore. Changed his mind. Land would be great. That's not land. Not sure I have an out now. Not sure that we have any out, friends. Really needed the Hazoret to be able to attack that turn. Ronus. Definitely don't have an out anymore. Yep, that doesn't attack either, does it? Alright, we done here. I'm at 15. Can't think of a way to win. Yeah, can't think of a way to win. Alright, let's try the sideboard. Alright, so he's got Glorybringer, so I'm going to assume these are good. He also has Ronuses. In the past, I've not really liked Chandra in this match. I think my Glorybringers are fine. I think my bird's fine. My bird's fine. Oh yeah, my bird's fine. Which means I probably need the lands. So if I need the lands, Shock's not great. Cartouche is not great. Uh, these probably lose some value then. All my removal spells probably lose some value. Alright. We'll try this. Alright. So we get to play first. Have no red sources of land, so just a pretty easy mulligan. This hand is miserably bad, but I don't think I can go to 5. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I guess I'll put that on top. We have plenty of lands it can attack. Eastern Kentucky, friend. Just go ahead and shock him for 1. We'll play this guy first because he might play a servant or something, and then we can attack with this. Though, I gotta be honest, I'd probably kill a servant since he mulliganed. He put on top though, so. So he's at least gonna have 1 removal spell. Sure, this dude. Very likely to at least have 1 removal spell anyway. Yeah. I think he killed the wrong one. He killed the one that I can bomb later or eternalize later. But he may just be planning on killing them both anyway, so then it's fairly irrelevant. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to kill them both anyway, so it doesn't look like it matters. Lone Tusk Cub. Okay. Well, let us see if we can do battle with said Lone Tusk Cubby. Could have blossoming defense. Alright, no blossoming defense. That's good. If he's got Swelter or Radiant Flames, he's just going to get me. I can't really play slower than what I'm playing because his deck goes too big too easily. A Hazoret's my best draw. Like Runner Land's not a bad draw. 1 drop's definitely not what we want. This game's past that stage of the game. So he's tapped 4 mana for a Hydra. Not a lot I can do about it. Still just need to draw a Hazoret. Maybe Runner Land. Well, that card's not nothing, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ. 259 viewers. That is insane. Holy Lord. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. We're going to attack with this little thing and draw a card, I guess. I mean, we don't really have anything going on, so. Getting closer to being able to eternalize. What is that little thing? Twitch raid. Wow, that is a massive, massive, massive host. Just in time to watch me get browned. Well, untapped land would be good. Hazoret would be good. Well, untapped land it is. Don't care if he trades the servant for the Gorger. Don't care. I just sent out the giveaway you won. What'd you win, Super? How was your stream tonight, Z Magic? Did you have a good stream? All right. I guess I'll attack with this thing. It's pretty easy for him to block it, but or he could just have a removal spell. Who knows? All right. Well, this game's going better than we expected. Thank you again, Z Magic, and for anybody new to the chat, you can click down below too if you want and follow the Twitter. The Twitter has every time I go live on it, and it also has all the decks I play. Rip, Champion of Wits. Had a great stream. Day 5 of the 365, 8 hours, a lot of fun decks. Wow, you're doing a 365 yourself? That is insane. That is huge. So a Glorybringer wins. Yep, a Glorybringer wins, so I'm definitely not blocking this turn. That's not a Glorybringer. Looks like we're trying to block next turn then. Might not be able to, but we'll see what happens here. You can't block Little Falcon Wrath Gorger. Man, I have no idea how to set up anything. I did finally submit my emote, but it still says pending. Apparently it's going to take a while. But I have set up my first emote finally. It's a little rest in peace sign, so like if I had it right now people could be spamming it. If he has absolutely nothing in his hand, technically a Glorybringer would still win. Alright, I'm not going to block then. We're drawing extremely thin. Man, I am the most computer illiterate person in the world. Wow, I didn't block and just died. Whatever. I didn't have any outs really. It is, but I didn't have enough time. It takes it takes 2 mountains plus the desert itself. Well, I'm obviously blaming it on you. Corey Coolcat is the graphics manager here, and you see our sweet, sweet graphics, right? As many hours as I put into this, you'd think I would know what I'm doing, though. That was a pretty bad punt. That is 12-1 today with this deck, though, so this deck is performing. I'm just not performing well. I'll take a 12-1 record. We actually opened some really nice chests earlier, too, which is pretty sweet. Oh, our opponent wants to chat. Alright, we'll play. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. I'm not blaming Z. I'm blaming me for not being focused. I guess this hand's a keep. This hand doesn't look like a keep. I should probably be moloing this hand. No, I'm greening from ear to ear. Would I recommend this deck? I'm not I'm not I'm not positive the sideboard's correct, but I'm pretty happy with the main deck. All the cards in the main deck have done pretty much what I want them to do. This is not my deck, by the way. I stole it from Watch Wolf. I don't know where it originally came from. The main 60 has felt insanely good. Some of the sideboard cards haven't felt great. The Glorybringers in particular haven't felt great. The Seagate Wreckage hasn't felt great. The Seagate Wreckage should probably be the desert that when you sacrifice a desert you get the 2/2 or whatever. The Firebird's been pretty good. The Expertises have been pretty great. The Chandras have been pretty great. But for the most part, these 3 cards have underperformed a lot. He wasn't streaming, but he 7-2'd last week's PPTQ, and I noticed his list. I'm not sure if it needs 3 of these or just 2 as well, and I'm wanting to test Collective Defiance over this card because until the 5-0 we just got, the Trial of Zeal had been underperforming, but the 5-0 or the Trial of Zeal was absolutely insane just a second ago. So I need to do some more thinking on that part, I guess. It's always cool when you get paired versus a streamer. I bet my opponent's over here annoyed as crap. I just sit there and talk for 2 minutes when he's mulliganing. He put on top, so that's always good. Oh yeah, no, I'm ecstatic about that host. You don't even know how ecstatic I am about the host. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this thing. I thought about playing Beaumont to try to surprise this out, but there's too many decks in the Sheltered Thicket range, like the Pummeler decks and stuff like that, that just don't have a lot of removal. So looks like I should have took the other line. Okay, so we're versus Teamer. They have a Lumbering Falls. Killing that one as opposed to the Beaumont Courier. I'm not sad about that. I'm thinking people don't actually like to hear the descriptions. I've heard a lot of people tell me that all you do is talk about your plays and stuff, and they say they don't really like it. I don't know what I should be doing. I kind of like talking about the plays on a personal level. I like talking about the plays. Not particularly happy yet. Might get some extra value out of the cartouche this game though, so I'm gonna go ahead and he probably his deck is a K return deck, I'm assuming, but I'm fine with this. Yeah, I feel like the bigger streamers don't really talk much about the play, but I don't know. Like I find myself boring, so I feel like I have to talk about the play, or there's nothing for me to do. I have the personality of like a wall. Yeah, I enjoy Z Magic stream a lot. It's a very good stream. So he's gonna kill one of my dudes, which is cool. Don't care. Huh. I think I believe I'm supposed to kill this because he could have Elder Deep Fiend. But if I'm supposed to kill this, I probably am not supposed to play this. Dealing 1 extra damage and putting a trial on my hands, probably not enough. Have like, like a potato. Corey knows me in real life, so he understands. And I'm pretty sure that I have to kill the Champion of Wits because of Elder Deep Fiend. What I'm trying to decide whether it's worth playing the... I'm pretty confirmed that I'm going to play the Incendiary flow. What I'm trying to decide right now is whether it's worth playing the Cartouche to deal 1 point of damage. Or whether I should save the Cartouche for the Karzev on the following turn. Is what I'm trying to decide. And I believe it's better to save it for the Skyship Raider. I believe it's better to save it for the Skyship Raider. His deck plays like a lot of Harness Lightnings and Abrades and stuff like that, and I'm just afraid that the Cartouche won't resolve past this turn. Oh, wrecked, people. We got wrecked. Well, alright, so play this thing, play this thing. That thing can't block. short, play this thing, and attack with this thing. So I'll probably get to deal 2 damage. It's going to depend on how many Elder Deep Fiends he draws from here, because we've got pretty good equity in the Beaumont Courier to draw us 3 cards, and we've got him at an effective 8 with the Trial in hand. So a lot of the rest of this game is going to depend on his draw steps. Oh yeah, she's impressive. She's been impressive in this deck. Just kind of don't want him to have a removal spell for this right now. That would be poor. Alright, well that's fine. Hazoret would be a good dish draw, but probably not right this turn. So, 1 card in hand. Again, I want to apologize to everybody. My email, my cell phone's dead right now, so I can't see all the followers to thank you, but I appreciate it all. And I, again, want to appreciate or tell Z Magic I appreciate the big fatty host. Place a desert, throw a damage to his head. Watson Ilmo CS, Magic Online Championship Series. Throw this to his head as well. So get him down to 4. So he's on a 2-turn clock from here. If I attack with this, he can block, 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 block. So he takes no damage. So I'm just going to attack with the Beaumont Carrier. What's that? Let me try to pull a link for you because it's kind of hard to explain it all. But basically, it's a way to get yourself on the Pro Tour and stuff. It's really great. Almost CS season. If you're a moto grinder at all, like it's worth it. But yeah, here you go. Here's all the details. It's just really worth it. There's all your details, like bookmark it. But basically, there's 2 tournaments at the end of every month. You get the QPs. Oh, you play real life. Well, that doesn't help. So I'm going to attack with this thing, and going to draw 4 cards. Might as well see if he blocks. Yeah. Gonna block. Well, that's not terrible. It's actually pretty good. Elder Deep Fiends would be very hard to beat right now, but I can throw a desert at him 2 turns in a row, so can beat anything that doesn't kill us in 2 attacks. So as long as he can't kill us in 2 attacks, we should be fine here, but like... Alright, so opponent scoops to the board. I guess his hand was just bad? Anyway, draw a card. Alright. So I'm pretty sure that these teamer decks are fairly hard to beat for me. These are good versus like all of my things are good versus like 1/4 of his deck, and none of it's good versus all of his deck. Shocks definitely are worse than Magma Sprays because Magma Sprays kills champions for good. This dude is totally sniping you. Why would you concede there? Well, if he had no cards in his hand, he sees that I have Double Desert in play, and the Double Desert can deal 4 damage to him. Like he was dead on board if he couldn't kill me in that attack plus another attack. So there's no guarantee that he was sniping. Like his hand could have just been bad and he knew he had no outs. But I wouldn't scoop in that spot. I would make my opponent show me that he realizes it because not everybody sees things like that. Like I may not have saw it. Like you just mentioned, you didn't see it. So like he should at least make me show him the first activation. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. So I kind of want to. In these matches, the Chandras have never impressed me. The Glory Bringers have only marginally impressed me. They have their own Glory Bringers. Some of them even have sky ships. Just none of my cards do a whole lot. They typically only play one spider, so I can't really just think about the spider. The Kalzevs are typically fairly decent. Sometimes they only have one Fred in play. I always feel like the Cartouches are bad versus the decks that have Lightning Harnesses or Braids, Kozilek's Returns, Magma Sprays, like the whole 9 yards. Uh, Sorry. Oh. Take care, Boot. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for the big host again yesterday as well. So I'm going to put the Glory Bringers and the lands in as well. Just to go marginally bigger, and I'm going to take out some of the slower removal spells. I'll leave the Incendiary Flows because they remove things from the game. But pretty much I need to get a Hazoret out. I need to do damage early and get a Hazoret out. Is the thing I need here. This hand's not great, but it's exactly what I need. I need to try to get damage early. We have damage early. I'm going to leave with the Village Messenger because it's almost guaranteed that the first creature I play dies. So maybe if I play a Beaumont later in the game, it can at least pick up one card. Whereas if he has absolutely nothing on his turn, the Village Messenger has some percentage chance to flip. Not a great percentage chance to flip. But this is exactly what we need when we need to try to be fast. We just need like one top-end spell to try to push it over. So he's only got one energy. He's probably going to play like a... Okay, that works. That's not a servant, but that's fine. This is the most efficient use of my mana. Lets me play an Earthshaker and a Courier next turn, or an Earthshaker and a Magma Spray, depending on what he has. It's going to be an Earthshaker because I want to also Magma Spray to try to avoid him being able to cast an Emerge card. So we have to avoid things like Kozilek's Return right now. Which, if he's playing the Graph Widow, he's probably an Emerge deck. He has the Champion of Wits as well. So, K-Return's the card we're most afraid of in this spot. Which means I will not cast the Crop Casher pre-combat. I'm just going to attack. There's no reason to give him extra value. If this is good enough to win, it's still good enough to win. Like his deck is a K-Return deck, so it's kind of hard to not play around K-Return when you can. Alright, well, I'm willing to play this post-combat. Just to effectively use my mana better. There's an argument that I could have also played the Beaumont Courier. That way, in case if I drew a Hazoret, the Hazoret could have attacked. But I have a fairly strong feeling that we're going to need to use the Incendiary Flow this turn. Again, there's just no reason to get completely blown out. Let him get 1 or 2 spells. Don't let him get 3 to 1s. So this is what we were playing around last turn. He probably had it last turn and realized he didn't need it. So we're going to play this thing, and we're just going to go ahead and do the damage to his head. Because if we draw an untapped land, we get to start bringing Earthshakers back. So that's just a big spider. And that's a good draw. And he's dead to desert. Thanks again for the host, Z-Magic, and have a good night. Well, unless he has a disallow, we've locked up a pity chest. Alright, pity chest it is. So we've guaranteed at least one pity chest, 13 and 1 now. Yeah, it is pretty sweet. Did the guy I was talking to say anything else? 60+% rend weight so far. Kinda hard sometimes, but hoping to get 70%. Anyway, so yep, 13-1 at the moment. I mean, we're just running hot. Obviously, this deck doesn't have a 90+% win rate, but I mean, like, obviously the deck doesn't have a 90% win rate. Flame Imp, I think, is somebody we played earlier tonight. Let's double check. Did we play Flame Imp earlier tonight? I completely ignored the low ratings. I've been playing a lot of friendly leagues and fun decks because of the stream. Yeah, we played versus Flame Imp earlier tonight. If I'm not mistaken, he was either playing a red deck. I don't remember what he was playing. I don't want to really look at her because I don't think that's fun. I know I have the option to look exactly, but that's not particularly fun. We're going to know on his first turn anyway. So he's either playing Mono Red or he's playing Riddle form. Yeah. He's playing Mono Red or Riddle form, one of the two. They have 4 shocks on their main deck, so I'm going to hold the Beaumont Courier a turn. Again, thanks for everybody who's watching tonight. Thanks for Z Magic for the host. Thanks for all the follows. I'm sorry I can't say your name or that it doesn't show a pretty graphic. I'm kind of computer illiterate, and on top of that, some of the equipment I currently use are broke. Down below, there's a link to my Twitter if you care. Every time my Twitter tells me when I go live, every time, or tells, not when I go live, tells you when I go live every time. I think it's worth killing that thing. That thing just represents too much damage, I believe. My Twitter's got every deck list I play, and when I go live anyway. There's a link on my Twitter to my YouTube. My YouTube has basically just VODs of these streams currently. At some point I'll have some other content, but I gotta be lazy. Gotta be honest, I'm basically the most lazy person in the world. So that's weeks, if not months away. On top of that, all of those videos are like 24-hour delayed at the moment because you have to agree for the delay when you get the sub button. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I do my best. I've got a lot to improve on, I think, but I'm having fun. It gives me a reason to sit down and play. Like, when I don't play a whole lot of Magic unless I have people to talk to, because I'd rather just go watch Netflix. Alright, so he's gonna shock this dude. That dude still can't block because it only cares about the last known power. But we're in rough shape. We're in very rough shape this game. We basically need to draw the 5-4 to have a chance versus the opponent still has 4 cards in their hand. Our 2 cards aren't particularly good. Our threats that we have in play don't even attack past this. So we had to 2-for-1 ourselves to kill his first one because it's such a good threat. And not only is it such a good threat, it's so hard for me to deal with. So yeah. Not looking Fiery Templar. So he's playing the more Madness type build. That's kind of cool. Well, we got our own little dude now. I guess that's something. I'll offer to trade. His thing has 2 power, my thing has 1 power. So I'm fine with offering to trade. It's kind of cool that if this thing can survive and I draw a land, that I can legend rule his own thing away. That might be one of our only removal spells this game. I mean, I know we have the 3 trials and the 4 incendiary flows, but like, these are the cards that are in our hand, so these are the lines we have to think about at the moment. Yep. I'm pretty happy that he made that trade. This game may come down to just whoever draws the Hazoret, the Feverent, or Feverent one or whatever. It's probably whoever draws the 5-4 first wins. Well, he drew the 5-4 first. So, it's pretty bad for me. Well, alright, we deal damage to him. Do we have outs here? What can we draw to win? So if we take this, we deal 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we get a bunch of burn spells that can win. He's attacking back for 5, 6, 7, 8. So that puts him in a spot that any burn spell or any... any burn spell or any haste creature would kill us. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not actually sure what gives this the best percentage here. If I do the legend rule thing, I'm attacking for 6. But he still has a Hazoret in play, so he's bashing me down to 6 with a Hazoret in play. And I have 6 damage that can attack back. It's kind of a gamble, but I believe I'm going to kill this. I don't think I want to gamble. Because I can chump block this on following turns to try to get an additional turn. If I put him at 6... If we draw a burn spell, we're going to be sad, but I think this is the more consistent play. So choose one to keep. Owned by Flame Imp, so I want to keep you. So it puts him at 8. So if he doesn't have a blocker, a Hazoret wins. If he does have a blocker, another Obligator wins. If he attacks with the Hazoret and only leaves one blocker up, a land for the Earthshaker wins. So we have a lot of outs to win here. And he doesn't have, besides double burn spell, he doesn't have any wins that I can think of. So the next draw step is going to be pretty important. Alright, well that's a good one. Puts us at 10. Puts us at 5. And that's another blocker, so... does that do it? We attack, attack, attack. He takes 3, so he's not dead. And I can't buy this back. So... can attack for 1. Could just leave them both back, put him at 3. Have 2 blockers. Alright, apparently I don't know how one of the rules work if I can kill Haz. Would die this turn. Hazoret's indestructible. I'm confused what you're saying. This doesn't kill Hazoret, does it? Yeah, I didn't think so. I would have, but... that is true, we would have had lethal, but I think we made the better line. This is going to do 3 damage to his face. And hold back blockers. We can still draw a land that'll win versus most things he draws. So land's still a good draw step, and Eldrazi Obligator still a good draw step. Another burn spell is a reasonable draw step. All depends on what he has. A Hazoret's obviously in the same draw step as well. I would have, but I would have also been dead on board to him having the same spell, and he had a card in hand with a draw step when I was. He still had a card in hand, and he had a draw step. And if I took Hazoret, I'd put myself in a situation where I was at 3 life as well. So he got the first draw to hit it, and on top of him getting the first draw to hit it, he already had a card in hand that could have already been it. So I think it's better to block here. This guy can technically probably get 1 damage in versus most things. Alright, so what's he got? He's got a Crasher. So, untapped land wins. That's not an untapped win. That doesn't win. That puts him at 1. Alright, well, we lose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we lose. Alright, well, next game. Just needed an untapped land or a burn spell for several turns there. That would have been it, fam. Anyway, so I gotta take the controlling route in this match. I definitely want these things. I definitely want these things. I'm not sure if I want these things. They've not been very impressive to me in the past. And, if I'm bringing in the Glory Bringers, I feel like I have to bring in at least one of the lands. I don't know if I want the Seagate Wreckage. The cards that have been bad, the cartouches haven't been particularly good for me in this match. Did my music turn off again? Yeah, sorry. Sorry that you guys can't hear the music either, by the way. Yeah, Hazaret's definitely the mirror breaker. There's an argument that when I cut the 2 Glory Bringers from the side, that there should probably be a 3rd Hazaret in the sideboard. That's one of the cards that should probably come in. These are slower removal spells. The Braid can come in. Just going to run it like this. A little bit land light, but I feel like we have to get a little greedy in the mirror. I'm on the play though, so I'm definitely trying to attack. Trial does. So does the Braid though. Need the Magma Sprays for the early drops. It's arguable. Maybe I can take out some of the 1 drops for just more removal spells. I'm willing to try that. I'll take out 1 drops for removal spells. I don't care. I'm going to take out 1 drops for removal spells. I'm fine with that. We'll try this then. He could have Hannah Garrison as well. I think it's. I'm not a big fan of it for the monument decks, even though it works for the monument decks. But I kind of like it for the mirror. For the monument decks, I kind of like improvised rampage. I generally bring them in versus bigger creatures. Well, we have 1 land and a bunch of like a 5-drop and a 3-drop, but we have to mulligan again. This hand's fine. It's nothing special, but it's fine. Expertise could have came in this match, but I feel like when you're ahead on the board, you typically win anyway. I've not found very many of these mirrors to be close. I've felt like they were one-sided one way or the other. That last game was close, but like that's been very atypical in the matches I've played. So he's having a tough mulligan decision himself, it looks like. So if we lose this, we have a pity chest. We're going to keep. We're going to put that land on bottom. We don't even have a 3-drop in our hand currently, so. And we dealt first blood. We win, fam. Game's over. Next game. I'm willing to trade this guy for his guy. Good night to you two. Thanks for watching tonight, man. It's kind of cool to see somebody that I see everywhere in the chat. I really wish they would hurry and approve my emote so we could spam rest in peace right now. So we'll take a point of damage. If he has a burn spell, I'm going to be sad. Hey, it's not a burn spell. Oh, rip. It's Chandra's defeat. It was in fact a burn spell. Chandra's defeat's pretty good in the sideboard too. He still has 5 cards in hand, so I don't like our options, or I don't like our odds at all, friends. And he didn't have a land drop, so that means all of those cards are pure spells. So our best chance of winning right now is just drawing straight land into Hazoret. Well, not a land in the Hazoret, but it'll do. It'll do. I think Blazing Volley has a place in the sideboard for sure, though. So he's playing his own Earthshaker Kenra. And he didn't attack with his. Just in case he doesn't want to block. I figured both of his things were dying anyway. As a Beaumont Courier, he's probably attacking with it. Hazoret? That's not a Hazoret. I probably messed up the one turn I didn't play my land drop. Because now if I draw an untapped land next turn, I can't play this guy. So I probably punted pretty decently on that spot. This land should be in play. It's probably not going to matter. Yep, that land should have been in play, and I should have been able to get him to 7. So that was a pretty large mistake in a match like this. I definitely punted there. I don't know if it would have cost me the game, but him being at 7 would have been relatively good for me. Yes, we do have the Glorybringers in. We do have Bringers of Glory in. Rip. So if I attack, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't even attack. So we're pretty close to dead on board now. Yeah, pretty close to dead on board now. I think this is very good in the mirror as well. I go down to like 2 damage, any burn spell kills me, the desert kills me. Not saw that in the deck before. That's kind of cool. Well, it's a Glorybringer, but it's not good enough. GG. Alright, well, we got a pity chest. Let's see what our pity chest has in it. Our PD chest has a Fruit of Breach. Fruit of Breach might be worth something on Moto. Oh, it's friggin' A. Yeah. It's worth about 9 tickets on Moto. It's not bad. That's a plus EV chest. Anyway, so I've only slept 2.5 hours, and I've got to get up later to play a challenge, so that's going to be it for me tonight. I want to again thank Z Magic for the host. I want to ask you guys to follow if you want. Tell you I appreciate you following. Down below, there's a link to my Twitter for anybody who cares. My Twitter, every time I go live and stuff's on. I'm just looking for somebody to host right now. See if there's anybody that I watch personally. Doesn't look like there's anybody on that I watch right now, so what do we want to host? Legacy with Food Chain seems cool. I guess we'll host. Oh, this guy's playing Escape Shift. That seems fun. Let's host the Escape Shift guy. Anyway, thanks for showing up, and I appreciate it. The deck is currently 5, 10, 13, and 2. One of the matches to a mirror. But anyway, I'm going to get some sleep. So, talk to you guys later and appreciate it. Well, crap.